Hi, this is Haas with the GNAT News Project. Recently I had a chance to stop in and talk to Annie Campbell. She and a group of others from the Londonderry Historical Society could use your help, even if you've never lived in Londonderry. Let's go see what she needs. Okay, what are you trying to do here first?
Well, this is our show on the faces of Londonderry, and we are trying to find out who these people are and really have the town come and help us out with it.
And there's a lot of them.
Yes, this is only a tad.
What triggers this sudden interest?
Well, we hired somebody to start archiving, and she really encouraged us to find out who these people are, because she was putting these photos into the computer, but it was only like small boy with shovel, not that the person had a name, and that's where we need the help.
So a lot of these pictures, are you worried that the people that knew, like they're all gone? Or Vermont is the second oldest state, so by that very fact alone, there must be a dwindling number of people that would know like who this was.
Well, what I have found fascinating living here is that everybody is related. And so if one person doesn't know, then their aunt or second cousin or whatever, really, we have a good chance of figuring this out. And we are losing the ones at the turn of century because those people have died, and unfortunately this past winter we lost quite a few people that might have known. So that's why there is somewhat of an urgency in this, because we're not going to find out once these people are gone. So Haas, the real problem is that we have thousands of photos that we have no idea who they are, where they are, what the story is, and it just is nonstop. I mean, people have kindly given us things, and we still want things, but we just would love it with names on it or a story behind it.
One of the things I notice is that I care about my mom and dad's pictures of them.
Right.
I care about my pictures, and I care about my kids' pictures.
Right.
But my kids' may not necessarily give a hoot about great-great-great-great-grandfather. So you could wind up with tons and tons of boxes and pictures just showing up here like cats in a barn.
We've put now, if you donate something to us, we now require that you label it, because this has become too much of a huge problem. But I will also disagree with you a little bit on that our generations to come won't care, because look at how big like Ancestry.com has become, and the other ones. So I think people really do care. It's catching up now to put this in order.
If you didn't have kids, do you think that still holds?
That's a really good question. I do, because it's not just photos. It's not just people here. It's landscapes. It's where they lived. It's who they were a part of. It's their community. And I think it's really important. You know, with fires and floods that we've had here, and unfortunately we've had way too many in Londonderry, I think it's really important to hold on to this. I think we have to keep the history alive. So there was a photographer, Vail, from the turn of the century, and he did a lot of photos of people and places. And he did a pretty good job in, labeling all of them. But still, we don't know the story, like who this little one was in front of the Christmas tree, and why there's dollar bills at the top of the tree.
So it just keeps going with
Yes.
more and more and more.
And there's thousands of these.
So we're talking hundreds of years.
Yep.
Just all beginning to wind up in one place.
Exactly.
And then you all right now trying to figure out
Who it is, what the story is, and who they're related to.
And let me ask you this. So where do they go? Like, do they end up just hiding again in these drawers?
Well, right
for
now,
another 200 years?
No. So we are taking pictures of all of them, and it goes onto a program called Past Perfect on the computer. We then give them a number and file them in special paper so that they will last another 100 years or more. And so families can come here and look up their history.
All right, what's the story about this one?
So this is a great story. This winter I went to a elderly home area, and 4 of the women were looking at the photos, and I said, does anybody know who this person is? And all of a sudden this woman burst into tears and held the picture like this and said, that was my husband. And that
my
this
God.
was in World War II and just before he shipped out.
So
that was really moving.
Well, how did you know to bring that? I mean,
It was just, once again, these piles that I had no idea. And
you
this
just
one,
picked this one.
Yeah,
And she's sitting there
yeah,
waiting for this to show up again.
yep, yep.
That's amazing.
And I
Annie.
said, you know, here, do you want it? Or can I just make a copy of it? And,
one of the first questions I asked was, the town has 2,000?
Yep.
2,000 people.
2000,
And you have thousands of pictures.
right?
And so, how many people have shown up to identify?
40 to 50, 40 or so, a little bit more.
So, why do you think that is?
I think we need to get the locals more involved somehow.
Right.
The people that have grown up here and really want to take hold of their heritage. Because I don't think we've done a good job in doing that yet.
Do you think that people find like the big history, like the presidents and the wars, history worth hanging on to? But when I look at my little life, I go, why would you want to keep a picture of me as a kid? That it's worthless? Do you feel?
I think some people do believe that, but I don't believe that it's worthless. I mean, it tells a story of our community.
Right.
It's keeping the community alive.
Right. And if it doesn't happen now,
Right. It's not going to happen.
it's not going to happen because it's all going to be forgotten. So when you're looking towards now the future of what you're planning on doing here, there's this big hunk of video out there.
Yep.
Are you asking for people to donate their video to this project?
Yeah, absolutely. We will take all different types. I mean, we hope that people can, you know, upload videos that they've done of their parents, their grandparents, their great-grandparents to us.
And can they upload it to the website?
They will be able to do that. Yes.
So-
they can contact me and I will get a way to do
Right.
it.
But if I had a box, of old 8mm that, and I was getting on years, I could give them to you
If you told us what it was.
if I told you what
Yes,
it was. And I
yes.
said, here, identify it. Good luck.
Yeah,
you know.
right.
Okay, so I
Yes.
could. And there's a website? And what's the
Yes.
website?
www.lahsvt.org.
So for the folks of Londonderry and all the surrounding towns, really, even all the way up to the Northeast Kingdom, if you ever lived here, if you ever knew anybody, even if maybe as a kid you spent some time in the mountains here, if you get a chance, go to the website. If you can, even stop in and take a look at the photos. See if there's someone there you recognize. Maybe somebody you haven't seen in years. This is Haas with the GNAT News Project. We'll see you again soon.